Yeah.
Oh, is that what a bunch of people do?
Yeah, for speedrunning.
Oh, what?
Oh,
No,
How'd
what's going
you
on?
lose Yoshi and your mushroom?
Stop!
Chase!
I can't do that, your stupid
Chase!
You're so bad.
Ow.
You have one eye, but that's no excuse.
You're so bad at this.
I'm so
Watch
upset.
this. Double kill.
You didn't even get the one up. You're just gonna
I
die.
don't die. I'm a Super Mario. I don't die.
Hey, you punk! That better not be the smell of slacking off! It's a kiss, sir! A kiss! Roger that!
What the fun house?
Don't hold me back!
Unbelievably dull.
Thirdly, what jolly holiday ideas have you come up with?
All right, which one of you is next? Step forward.
Penalty!
Hey everybody, welcome to Bakataka, Season 2, Episode 5. With us is sitting on the left, it's...
George.
Sitting in the middle, it's...
It's me, Eric.
And sitting on the right, it's me, Kick Puncher / Chase. And you're listening to Bakataka.
That it?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, cool. No special intro, no story.
No.
I feel you.
Maybe.
Yeah, we had Taco Bell and George is
Oh my
dying.
gosh. I ate too much and it was all so bad. My stomach feels like I don't feel sick. I just feel like I could be sick if I just smelled the wrong thing, you know?
All those sugar drinks are getting to me.
Oh my gosh.
But I feel good. I feel good. I'm ready for this.
I hate it when you drink too much. Like
I
Yeah.
just
soda.
want to die.
Well, you just gotta make it for 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
I did.
not yet. Not yet, though, man. Not yet.
You're like, oh, I did it already. Oh.
Why isn't it over?
Anyway, we're gonna start things with some news. Let's see.
I don't think we should start with news because we got a lot of news to
It's
go
pretty
over
much
today.
only going to
We
be
always
busy.
It's pretty
start
much but it's pretty much only news.
Okay, then we'll start with what we've been watching / playing.
Okay, you go first.
I'll go first. Okay.
Yeah, you go first.
Wow, this is weird. We're already jumping into. Me. I have been playing Astral Chain.
Tell me about it.
Astral Chain. Okay, so for starters, if you haven't played this game yet, and you look at the trailers and stuff like that, and you're like, wow, that looks like a really cool game and stuff like that, and you first turn it on, you might get disappointed. Just like I did. Because I was playing it and I was just like, I don't like it.
Did you have like a buyer's remorse? while you
I was kind of feeling that because I was like, man, I was so excited about this game.
Uh-huh.
And now it's just like, keep with it. Get to the end of Act 2, the game picks up. And it turns into the game that you want to play.
How long does it take to get to the end?
It doesn't take that long. It's probably like maybe an hour or something
Okay.
like that. Yeah.
Okay.
It gets so much better. You're so limited to what you can do before that, and then like basically something happens in the story and stuff like that, and your
Mhm.
character is just like, oh, okay, now I'm like Super Saiyan and I can
Okay.
do like all this cool stuff now. And so yeah, if you're playing that and you're expecting what you're looking at in the trailer, just get to the end of the second act and you'll be pretty Gucci.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, because I'm definitely interested in it. I would have already got it by now if I had time to play. It's just I don't have time to play, so I haven't picked it up yet, and I wanted to hear some things about it
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
So
It's pretty fun. This
definitely piqued my interest.
it's giving me a little bit of like a God Eater vibe with because basically like you're like the last line of defense.
Uh-huh.
Like getting ready to get
What's
destroyed.
the combat like?
The combat? So the combat's pretty cool. Have you ever played basically like a Naruto fighting game?
Oh,
or
no.
anything? Okay.
Nope.
Nope.
Have you played? Let's see. Have you played any of the obscure Zatch Bell fighting games?
No.
Okay.
Mm.
So basically, you're playing as a character, and the action and combat for them specifically is pretty fun. You get basically like a police baton and then a gun, and then eventually you get a sword also and stuff. So you can swap between those weapons. I think there's more weapons, but I haven't got them yet. you can swap between those weapons, and you're just like fighting guys and stuff. And then you also get your Legion, which is your Persona character that you have around the chain and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that adds in like so much more combat. So for starters, you can control just them. If you have them out and you're attacking, they'll attack whatever is closest to them and stuff like that. You can basically do setups and stuff like that where you send them over there. Like an enemy can like charge at you. You can move to the side, send your Legion over, and have like your chain. Like they'll charge into your chain, and then you both grab it and you fling the enemy like across.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
So
it's cool stuff like that.
So it's platinum style.
Yes.
It's okay.
You can wrap your Legion around the enemy, and he'll just like tie like a knot basically like around them and like trap them down to the ground. You can just beat them up them more.
Nice.
You can, if you send your Legion out, you can pull yourself towards him or pull him towards you and stuff like that, depending on what you want. So, the momentum stuff in it doesn't get unlocked till like the end of Act 2 is basically what I'm hinting at and stuff.
Okay.
So you're very sluggish until that point, and then you're just like jumping around things and dodging.
And after Act 2 is when you get your
Yes,
your
at the
Persona
end
dude.
At the end of Act 2, well, you get them before that, but stuff happens.
Okay.
And yeah,
I feel you.
end of Act 2. So just keep with it if you get it, and it turns out really enjoyable. I'm only about halfway through the game. Really liking it so far. It's probably so far the second game of the year on my list so far.
Very nice. Okay.
What's your top game of the year?
Yeah.
Well, that'd just be a personal one, which is Telltale of the Walking Dead final season.
Okay.
It does. It had a moment in there that was kind of.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's why I said it's personal.
It's not a very good person.
What else?
Yeah,
I
it's
also I think within the last time we recorded, I started playing Never Dead.
What's that?
So that's a PS3, Xbox 360 game that came out a couple years ago. It's Konami. You're basically like an immortal guy, and you're fighting a bunch of demons, and they can like beat you up like to the point where you're literally just like a head rolling around on the ground, and then you won't get a game over until like they eat your head as it's like detached from you, decapitated from your body and stuff like that,
you were
and they
showing me
saw
this
it.
like a couple months ago. Yeah.
And it's basically just that it's just an action game. It's not really good. It's kind of got like the falling, your body parts falling apart on you and just having to be roll around as a head back to your body gets a little repetitive. And it seems like the consoles can't really keep up with the game that much a lot of the times because there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
There is points where it's a fun game though, and it's a decent action game, I'd say.
I feel you.
Astral Chain's better though, so I just play Astral Chain.
I mean, right now probably Astral Chain is the thing to play
For
single player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty fun. I'm excited for that until like basically November that's when the other games are coming out.
Pokemon.
Death Stranding.
Pokemon.
What else? That Star Wars game.
Mm-hmm.
And there was something else.
Doesn't Luigi's Mansion come out around?
I don't know. I don't follow Luigi's Mansion really.
I love Luigi's
You're the
Mansion.
Luigi Mansion expert here.
Yeah, you're the Luigi Mansion.
True.
Thanks for that's all I've been playing. Oh, I also I played for like half of Star Fox Assault.
That's a whatever.
That's a whatever. I enjoy that game. That was a fun game. Anyway, I've been watching. What have I been watching? What did I watch?
We watched a couple episodes of Mix before
We
Funimation
did.
couldn't load anymore.
Yeah, that show is obviously cursed somehow, and even Funimation doesn't want us watching it.
We can't watch half the episodes because they won't load. But it doesn't really change the fact that the show doesn't do anything.
It's basically at
They
the same character progression as it started with.
They still haven't played baseball.
They just keep doing a bunch of practice games. They did one game.
Yeah.
At the end of the middle school.
Yeah, it was like a quarter of an episode.
Yeah.
That they played a little bit of baseball, but it's always them walking back and forth between practice, them saying, "You're just like your dad."
Yeah, and they're just like, "Man, my dad was really good at baseball, but me and my brother, we're good at baseball too."
And then it's all these the creepy guys after her sister. What's her name?
I forget.
But it's literally all the dudes coming in and go like, bleh. Where's your sister?
They're all just like they'll see her like just hanging up laundry. And they'll be like,
Yeah, literally, or it was one episode there. One of the main girls and one of the brothers was at the waterfall. They didn't have a cell phone, and they got picked up by a different school's team on their bus. So they get one of the cell phones from them and call back to his sister to tell him what's going on. Dude pulls the phone, he's like, "Hello,
is that your sister?"
yeah." Literally, they bust.
Why?
One dude like busts down the front door. It's like, "Is your sister home?" It's so weird. It happens every episode.
I need to see this. Just that scene.
Like,
Or
it's
one
just
of
a
them.
bunch of the scenes that we just always make that same reaction
Yeah.
every time it
Oh,
happens.
But it's just it happened like once, but it's like a constant thing that like he's always going after multiple characters.
Yeah,
They're going after
they're-
the sister, and they're always like,
if you're not like one of the main the two brothers that are the main characters,
Mhm.
that you're going after their sister.
yeah.
If you,
It's-
yeah.
The show is so like we're like 10 episodes in, and the character progression is so.
Oh,
Basic.
we're like 14 episodes.
Are we full? Oh my
Yeah.
goodness! It feels like 10, but
It's- I wish they would just give the episode count already, so we could tell how far we are through this journey.
yeah, I wish they would just play baseball.
that would be nice too.
It is a baseball show.
I wish they would just play baseball.
I mean, there's just so like what the formula it keeps going with is like they're at practice.
Yeah.
Well, so when they were in middle school, it's like they're at practice.
Yes.
Their coach is like putting what's it called, the principal's son or something like that.
Yeah.
Or some really like
Some
rich
dude was
guy.
donating to the team.
Yeah.
And so he made his son the ace pitcher.
Yeah, and
'Cause- yeah.
you find out later on that his son actually has like some illness or whatever.
Yeah,
going
like
on.
you thought it was some douchebag.
Yeah,
and, like
yeah,
there was some like you're just built to hate this character.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden it was like, oh yeah, he's got some illness and he can't do stuff later on in his life, so we're giving him the chance to
This
be
is
an ace
his last
pitcher.
chance.
And you're just
basically.
like, what the hell? Like that's going on, and then you've got like, where's your sister? And then it's just them walking back and forth between practice, and then just little side plots to progress their character.
It's funny because if I'm not mistaken, Haikyuu also had like basically no games until
Yeah.
like the second season.
Yeah.
They played like a practice game against another school
Yeah.
at the end of season 1.
But then they dedicated an entire season to one game.
which was the hypest thing ever.
Yeah, but
that
it's
was
just like-
an amazing season.
This show is just you're constantly reminded that they have dead parents. They remind them of their dead parents. That school made it to Koshin, and they have practice. And apparently, they're all really hot.
And
Why?
and their dad was like the best baseball. He was like the captain or whatever on their high school team.
Yeah.
back when he was in high school.
Yeah, it's just like it's subtle character progression. It's just like it's taking so long to do anything. You just get so mad because nothing's happening. Just play baseball.
They keep announcing more characters that don't do anything. They just talk more. They just add more to
Yeah.
the cycle of
They
conversation.
just added another character who's some crazy ace hitter. There's
Yeah.
ace pitchers from another school.
And you're like, oh, good. They're about to mix it up, pun intended.
Yeah.
And then they don't mix it up.
There's like 3 or 4 schools already in the mix, but not a single game of baseball has been played. Get it on with it.
You seem so upset.
I just want baseball. Chase said, we're going to watch this show. I said, okay, I'll reluctantly do it. And now we're in it deep, so I have to keep watching.
And with all that said, we're enjoying mix pretty well.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate
I
it.
hate
Yeah.
it.
I've already
It's
rated
fine.
it. It's already like a 3 on my list. I hate it.
Whoa.
I
It
gave
must
it,
really be
I
bad.
gave it a 5.
Yeah,
so far.
5 is bad for him.
That is bad for you. Actually, that is like he is average.
It's not a good
that's
show.
Pretty average.
But
Yeah, mix is fun. It's a good time.
I guess.
Oh,
Is it?
no.
Oh, to me.
Yeah, oh to me. That's it.
Oh, to me. Oh, to me. Bleh.
You do.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my gosh, it just hurts hearing about it.
Yeah, that's literally the characters in it.
What else? What else?
Did you not enjoy?
Oh, I've been
Like those interactions are fun, but it's you know add
that's
more-
that's mainly us because none of
Yeah.
them, like there was like one guy who actually like legitimately made that sound come out of his mouth.
Yeah. Like it was
And
an
then we
actual
just kept-
thing in the show.
Yeah.
It's just every time he shows up to talk to
He's
her,
like,
like bleh. Oh to me.
his jaws drop down. He's got
Yeah.
a big blush on his face.
Oh,
But
man.
yeah, that's we make fun of him every time he shows up, but it's just
That's
like,
hilarious.
it's like riff tracking the
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
We're just sitting there we're having fun with it because it is bad.
Oh yeah.
And it's like we just woke up. We're just drinking coffee while laughing at this
Drinking
all the
coffee,
time.
yeah. Yep.
You have to for some things.
Or it's
Yeah.
if I was sitting there by myself, or even just like wanting to binge to get through the show, I wouldn't do it. That show's
Yeah.
that bad.
It is.
The only thing that's enjoyable is that we're waking up to random things like your mom saying she's watched Violet Evergarden.
Yeah. So Trish watched Violet Evergarden.
Yeah. So I'm just like, that wakes up and it's just like, okay,
That's amazing.
we'll watch Mix. Get it over with. Get it out of the way. Because the episodes come out on Saturday.
Yeah, they
And
always
yeah.
At this point, you're just throwing darts to see if the episode will load or not.
Which means compared to last time, there's already 2 more episodes that are going to be
Yeah.
out tomorrow, and we're not going to watch them. Which means there's going to be 4 more episodes than there was last
yeah,
time we watched
we're
it.
already like 10 behind. So
Oh man,
it's a struggle.
It's a fun time.
I bet.
Yeah. Anyway, I've also been keeping up with Mobile Suit Gundam: The Origin. This
Okay.
is the dub. The dub's been airing and stuff like that. Whereas
Yeah.
apparently this actually aired last season,
hmm
but like no one got the license to it apparently until this season. And
Mm-hmm.
like when Crunchyroll got the license, they just dropped it all on there.
I'm surprised Crunchyroll didn't get it earlier because
Yeah.
they have all the other stuff.
Yeah, apparently no one got it while it was airing
Huh.
and stuff like that. And then once it ended airing, like people got it or something.
I wonder if it was just a big pain because Gundam is such a huge
It might have
thing at this point.
Well, I mean, Iron Blooded Orphans.
Because I mean, nobody,
Everyone had Iron Blooded Orphans.
but like nobody had Thunderbolt.
That's true. Everyone had Unicorn.
Like,
No, that's
nobody
actually
had
not
Unicorn.
true. No one had Unicorn.
Yeah,
Because Unicorn randomly dropped on everything with the dub also.
I mean, Unicorn was like an exclusive thing. Then all of a sudden, it's on like Netflix and Crunchyroll.
yeah,
and
yeah,
everywhere.
yeah. And it wasn't just the sub. They also had the dub like with it
Huh,
at the same
yeah,
time. So it's like they
interesting.
saved, they dubbed it. And everything.
Yeah.
I want to rewatch Unicorn because I don't remember like anything from it. But watching Origin, like the characters themselves, they look cartoony, but also at the same time they look like yes, this is what they should look like. This is like the Gundam characters.
So I think it's because the original Gundam came out
yeah.
a long time, and it looked really weird
They
at
have
the time.
they have so much like visual expression like as they like just do anything. Like the big guy or whatever
Yeah.
who's on the one side or whatever, and he marries the one girl or whatever. It like he just
Yes, same.
yeah he like he's just moving around like he's got like tears flowing down his face and like
Mhm.
all like his cheek muscles and stuff like that are constantly like moving as he's talking
Yeah.
and stuff. Everyone's like they don't just have lip flaps usually and stuff like that. They just have the jaw going down and like moving as they're talking.
Okay,
So, yeah,
so
there's-
very, very active.
There's so much visual like expression going on with it.
Yeah.
And I like about this one is like, you know, it's giving you the backstory, but it's also like just kind of telling you what the first original season is, you
Yeah.
know, at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know where it ends. I'm only at episode 9, so there's only like 4 more episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But Char, he's cool. I like
Which are Aznable. I love
Yeah.
him
He's
because he becomes like the main character later.
he,
Because it swaps between the Federation
Yeah,
forces and
like-
the Xenon forces.
because like I'm watching him at first and I'm just like, okay, is he like the bad guy and this is like his story becoming the bad guy? But then the more you watch him and
Well-
stuff like that, it's just like, okay, he's just doing this to gain power because he's
Yeah.
he's basically
So,
like a Lelouch.
I was gonna say at first he just seems like an overpowered douchebag, but then you see the story and you're like, okay, he's just the original Lelouch.
Yes.
And then you see the scene where the original like subtitles, fan subs back in the day, where it's like, I came here to laugh at you. You're like, okay, Char is like the greatest character ever.
Like I'm really enjoying it. I really enjoyed the origin.
Yeah.
Iron Blooded Orphans was awesome. I'm gonna rewatch Unicorn. Unicorn.
So you should watch. There's a bunch of Gundam stuff. You should watch
Yeah.
the Oath MS Team.
Is Seed the shoujo one?
Yeah, Seed is the one that was like, it's so there's like Wing.
Yes.
There's
Oh, is that
Seed.
those?
Yes, those are all the ones that are part of the different universe.
Oh,
They're not
okay.
part of the Universal Century.
I noticed that those ones look very different
Yeah,
from everything else.
Because they so in Mobile Suit Gundam, they're like the main Gundam is the overpowered
right,
Gundam,
right.
and then there's like the Xenon robots. There's the Federation robots, but then Gundam is special in each one. And Wing and like Seed and all that, everybody has like unique ones. It's really weird, like Death Scythe and stuff like that.
yeah,
There's a bunch of unique, but like Gundam.
Char's is just like a red Zack.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
really cool.
Yeah,
He's just got a red, like just normal.
yeah.
like-
So like in Universal Century, the Gundam is the important Gundam,
okay.
but in like the off series, everybody has like special Gundams.
Do you know when Iron Blooded Orphans takes place? I know it's like not like main.
So I think it's UC, but it's not part of the main UC timeline.
Okay.
So like if you want main UC timeline, it's obviously Gundam, the Gundam Origin. There's Thunderbolt's part of that timeline. Unicorn's part of that timeline. Igloo's part of that timeline. Oatham team is part of that timeline.
Because I mean, it does take place on Earth. So
Yeah.
So
I mean, pretty much everything takes place between Earth and Mars.
okay.
But then there's other side stories, which like
And then everyone's got their own like capsule pod land.
Yeah,
that's going for
and
space
there's
or whatever.
there's a big timeline out there. You can go look at it. Half the stuff you don't need to watch, but the main things you need to watch are the original Gundam, Oatham's team. I like Double Gundam or Gundam 00.
George, you would really like Origins, but I know you have a lot you're watching right now. So
True. I've never watched any Gundam actually. But it sounds a lot like Old Noah Zero. Can I just say I watched Old Noah Zero? Can I
It's
just
nothing.
watch that?
It's nothing like Alno Zero.
speaking of which, Gen Ibuchi's he's got something in the works.
Does he?
Yeah,
Is it more Old Noah Zero? Because I
it's
kind
not.
of hope not.
I mean, so
Is
he
he-
only did the first step. He only wrote the first episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, surprisingly the best episode.
Whoa!
So-
you're right.
Urabachi actually wanted to end it after season 1.
Wait, who did?
Urabachi.
Is that the guy?
Gary
who-
Ibuchi.
Yeah, Gen Urabachi. Yeah, he's the one who
However you
the
pronounce
concept of Alno Zero and wrote
Yeah.
episode
that's
1.
where it should have ended.
But he wanted to end it after season 1, but his creative team was like, no, we're making a second season. Because he wanted to end it with both of them killing each other at the end
Yeah.
of season
yeah,
1.
there needed to be a little bit
Which
more
is-
of whatever happened in season 1
Which
before
is,
it could have resolved. But
Yeah.
That's yeah, it's
just, yeah,
but he makes some cool stories. He is a little predictable at points
Yeah. Well, I mean,
because
Yeah.
you know.
but I mean, he
he's
did
fun.
Fate Zero, he did Madoka,
Yeah, he did.
makes good stuff.
he did
Requiem of
the
the Phantom.
yeah, he did Blast Raider.
Grisaia? No, not Grisaia.
No.
No, he did.
No, he didn't do
no, what's it
Grisaia.
called? What's it called? Gargantia. And the Verge of Spanish.
Yes, he did no Gargantia.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did the visual novel that just came out on Steam, Song of Saya, which was really creepy, but he did that one.
Yeah,
He's done a lot of stuff, but
Okay.
he's a cool guy.
it was because he does a lot of stuff with the company Nitro Plus.
Oh, I like.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
Nitro
yeah.
Plus.
Yeah,
I
he
know.
does a lot of stuff with that. But he only did a little bit of Al Noah, and then the creative team took over.
Bad call.
And then that's how we got season 2.
Bad call.
I like the way season 1 ended. I really did wish it actually ended.
Yeah, he
that
wanted
way.
to end it with them,
Yeah.
with both of them dying. And
Because
and
it,
ending there.
like, oh.
That would have been a good call.
yeah.
Because, even though Ino's technically supposed to be the good guy and stuff like that,
He
I
kinda
hate him
sucks.
so much.
He's not.
I
good.
hated him. He was
And you know what?
he was the most Gary. He was more Gary Stu than freaking Kirito.
He just didn't do anything.
Wait a second. That sounds like you're making fun of our Lord and Savior.
No,
Kirito.
we wouldn't do
Yeah, we
that.
wouldn't do that.
Yeah, yeah.
The only
yeah.
character
Good.
development
Good.
got was the fact that he doesn't like eggs. Or
No, he
likes
does.
eggs. He
like
likes
them.
eggs.
and I hate that.
That's his only character development.
Because Chase doesn't like eggs. I love it.
But we just sidetracked. Getting sidetracked. Where are we?
good.
We're a Gundam.
I think that's.
Oh, okay. We were talking about what we've been watching because I
Yeah,
was watching Origins.
Yeah.
Really enjoying Origins. It's already over, so you can actually just watch it all right now.
Yeah.
But I'm just watching the dub because that's how I do things. And I also watched. I've been keeping up with what else? Astra Lost in Space, the one I was telling you guys about, where the kids get lost at space camp.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's airing this season.
Yeah.
It's a really bad one.
No, it's pretty good.
It's really bad, isn't it?
It's one of the. It's like a classroom crisis where it's like the fans watching it are like really enjoying it
Okay.
a lot. Yeah, but it's just kind of like. No, I really am enjoying that one. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
It's doing like a lot of things right.
Oh no, I'm thinking of that Let's Play one you were talking about.
Yeah, which is
no.
also another one.
That is
What's it
trash.
called? The ones within.
Yeah.
So is that all you've watched and played then?
Yeah, it's pretty much just those
Okay.
shows. I wanted to watch more Fire Force. No, there's actually one more show. there is one more show, but I'm not going to mention it this week because I know you guys will be upset that I'm watching it. So instead of having you guys upset for 2 episodes, it's only going to be 1 episode.
I mean, you
It's
hid.
Captain Falcon again.
I'm rewatching the F-Zero anime.
You can't give us a hint.
Yeah, just give us a hint.
You don't have to
It-
say anything if we get it right. Just give us a hint.
It aired on the same channel Captain Falcon aired on.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
That can't be good. All right. What have
Okay.
you watched and played, Eric?
I actually watched a little bit of Pokemon
Okay.
because
Hey.
it was kind of just in the background.
In the background, yeah.
Because Big Cat's wife was watching the Indigo League and parts of Sun and Moon on Netflix.
Okay.
So watching the Indigo League
Yeah.
and then watching Sun and Moon, the vast difference in like voice acting and like how they do things
And the
is
puns.
yeah, it's crazy to me. So there was one episode where it was the original Pokemon where Pikachu swallows an apple, right?
Right.
And they take him to the doctor, or they try to take him to the
Oh,
Pokemon
'cause
Center.
he
It's
swallowed it
closed.
whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they go to the center. It's closed, or they need to go to this doctor, human doctor,
Right. Right.
because he's closer. He was like, I can't do this, blah blah blah.
I remember
But he
this
fixes
episode.
Pikachu, blah blah blah. Things happen. They have to cart in all these Pokemon there, and Team Rocket show up with their Pokemon because like Arbok's tied in a knot and stuff like that. And then it's just crazy because the bad voice acting was
That wasn't bad voice
so
acting.
it was old voice acting.
Yeah.
So they're trying their hardest to match the lips and everything.
Blah.
So they come in and he was like, we got to help them. But Ash the entire time was just screaming, but they're evil. We can't help them. That's Team Rocket.
They're
They're-
Team Rocket. We can't. No.
But the entire time he's just like, they're evil.
They're evil.
Say Pikachu. He's good.
Yeah.
That's
I was
amazing.
like, this is so cheesy sounding.
I love it.
So that finished up, and then she turned on Sun and Moon. I was like, this actually like sounds fluid and good. I want to sit there and listen to it.
That's what dubs have turned into.
Yeah, it was.
Mhm.
So I haven't watched Pokemon. The last one I watched was a bit of X, Y, and Z.
Okay.
When
That's
when
better than I watched. I only watched up to like
Yeah.
Diamond and Pearl pretty much.
So, but I was like,
And that was episodes, you know,
Yeah.
skip a couple.
Yeah.
so I only watched I don't know, like 5-6 episodes of Sun and Moon. That was pretty fun. It's a very different take on the series because instead of like adventuring through
Yeah.
the region and doing stuff, like they're staying at Kukui's house, and it's a Pokemon school. All the captains like in game, like they're the gym leaders,
Yeah.
but they're not. They're just like normal trainers there at the school with Ash.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Interesting. Okay.
It's pretty fun. I liked it. I would probably sit down and watch Sun and Moon just from those few episodes. It was really enjoyable. The animation looks really crisp now because they changed the art style.
Yeah,
and
it's
everything.
totally different.
Yeah. Like it's really good. I think if you're enjoying Pokemon, you should watch Sun and Moon. I give it a seal of approval.
Hey.
Seal of approval.
Yeah,
There it is.
because I haven't.
from the resident Pokemon
Well, it's just like there's so much of Pokemon.
encyclopedia.
There's so much of Pokemon you need to skip. Like Gen 4 wasn't good.
Yeah.
Gen 5 was meh.
Wait
like
a minute. What was that? Diamond and Pearl?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I thought you were talking
Sinnoh
about
was
Helen. I
not
was just like,
great.
come on now.
Yeah, like it was just weird because like Infernape needs to flare blitz underground to clear out the toxic spikes. You're just like, what?
Infernape.
Yeah, so I haven't really enjoyed Pokemon since a little bit of Gen 5 or Gen 6 because
Which is
X and Y.
X and Y.
X and Y.
Because like Serena's character was kind of fun. Her Eevee and Sylveon were a lot of fun. Things like that.
I like Advance. Advance was fun.
Yeah, those fights were crazy.
Yeah.
Like they're just throwing out like Zapdoses and Latioses, and you're just like, what the hell? Why is this so serious all of a sudden?
Who got it? Brock got a Marshtomp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was a Mudkip, and then
Like if you want some of the best Pokemon battles, Generations was probably one of the most fire things out there.
Okay.
But that's short too.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah.
You only
The only other time you'll get really cool battles is like the movies where Charizard almost gets his face blasted off by an Entei.
The movies are pretty good.
Yeah, it's like
Most of the movies.
you only get fights few and far between here. Like the infamous old Blaine fight, Blaine's Magmar versus
Yeah.
Charizard.
Mm.
As you're talking about Pokemon, I do remember I did watch the first movie short, the vacation one.
Oh yeah.
Where they all go to Pokemon Island
Yeah.
or whatever, something like that.
Yeah,
That was fun.
yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I remember that because I remember putting that.
I remember seeing
video-
that in theaters.
Yeah, I remember putting the movie in and just watching the short and then turning it off like several times. And just watching the short over and over again,
hmm
and then watching the movie every now and then. But I really like the Pokemon shorts that are
Yeah.
because they remind me of like Pixar and stuff.
Yeah,
They do
yeah,
before the movie.
yeah.
It's just
I
like
don't think-
okay, a little bit of animation.
I don't think they really do those anymore at all.
Do they not?
No,
don't
I think
think so.
I only remember in the very first movie because it wasn't in 2000.
It wasn't.
Yeah,
Okay, what? That I remember that one.
yeah, I remember that one too because I saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
But I don't think they did shorts for any of the other movies. If they did a short for like Detective Pikachu before it started,
They should.
I would have
dude.
lost
Oh
my
my
mind.
gosh.
Oh,
That should have happened.
yeah.
Ryan Reynolds, my dude.
Make
Come
a
on,
short.
man.
Make
Do
a
a
short.
do a throwback.
Make a hard R Pokemon short. That's what the people want.
No.
We don't
Yeah.
want the very
Yes.
best like no one ever was. We want that Pokemon short.
I mean, if they did a Pokemon short for Detective Pikachu, I would have lost my mind.
It would have been amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, the movie was
'Cause
already
they
really
did-
good.
Yeah, and they already did a ton of other throwbacks. So if they did the first live action movie with a throwback to the first movie,
That's what
Yeah.
I'm gonna do when I make a movie. I'm gonna put a little short in the middle of the movie. Like the characters are gonna like look at
Like,
TV,
just like
pay
an
attention to
intermission?
it. Yeah. Well, they're gonna like look at the TV and they're gonna like be watching, and then they're gonna sit down and start watching, and it's gonna like zoom into the TV and play a short real quick for like 5 or 6 minutes. You know, It'll-
5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah.
That's how
Not
you. That's how you get a 20 on Rotten Tomatoes.
What
That
are you
is
talking about?
Dude, you're gonna have an interesting movie for that to
Yeah.
be an okay thing
It's
to
gonna
do.
be spectacular. It's gonna be awesome.
That's
Watch my movie.
If you become some famous director or something, just remember me. Put
You
me in
do
the
that. Oh,
put
we'll
me in the
watch
credits.
movie.
Just put in the credits, just like Bakataka Crew. Special thank
the
you.
Baka Taka crew.
Don't even just put me in the credits though. Put me in the movie. You know I want to be there.
Yeah.
Don't even give me
I-
lines. You don't
I-
have to. Just put me in that movie. Extra, whatever.
You'll walk up, like something will happen, a character will say something stupid, and you'll walk up and you'll be like, "Man, what's your problem?"
Just walk off screen.
Every time he takes me home, he's always throwing me ideas of a bridge series and stuff he wants to do.
Oh, I bet.
yeah.
I bet.
I just know at some point he's going to hand me a script. He's going to hand us scripts.
Yes.
And be like, hey, we're going to do this. And I'm like,
What?
well, I saw this coming, I guess. It was
Yeah.
inevitable. But
That'd
he's
be a
always
great
talking
little
about doing
time.
a bridge series and
Oh, I've
stuff like
heard it.
that. So
It's gonna happen. One of these days.
It's gonna be fun.
I just know one day you're going to hand us scripts and it's like, we've got no choice.
And it will be performed by the Baka Taka crew.
Oh,
That's
man.
us. But
Okay.
Yeah, more.
back to, I mean, more, I guess. I was watching Pokemon, kind of. And then, so I was watching the Dark Crystal on
Netflix.
Is
Yeah.
it any
Is it good?
It's fantastic.
Really?
It is fantastic.
Okay.
I got
so,
the disc sitting over there, the original one.
So
Yeah.
my question is, have you seen the original?
No, I have not seen the original.
Do we feel like we should see the original at all?
So I don't know much about the original.
I don't know anything about it.
it's
So-
very melancholic
Yeah.
for the
So
original.
if-
Does it keep the same atmosphere?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
I mean, a little bit.
He
but it's
doesn't
just,
know. He hasn't seen it.
so it's the thing that got me really drawn to it is Big Cat and his wife were starting to watch it, and I started getting into it.
Right.
But the thing that got me was the all-star voice cast that
Does
they
it?
have for this show.
Does
they-
it actually have like a lot of big names?
Yeah. Keegan-Michael Key,
Oh.
Luke Skywalker, can't remember his name.
Mark Hamill?
Yeah, Mark Hamill's in it.
Actually, I think he might have been in the original too.
Yeah.
It just seems like the kind of thing he
I
would have
think
been in.
Uh,
he was around that time.
Simon Pegg is in it.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Well,
There's
oh,
like 4 or 5 characters from Game of Thrones are in it.
oh wow.
Yeah, like there's a crazy all-star voice cast to it.
It's all done, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
That's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. But I mean, I watched a few
Is
episodes of
it-
that.
Okay, so it is episodes. I was just about to ask,
Yeah.
is it episodes of
Yeah.
the movie?
Yeah, I watched a couple episodes of it. It was really good.
Who did the original? Is it Jim Henson? Or whatever his name is? The guy who did the Muppets.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
pretty
it's
sure.
Jim Henson.
I was-
Yeah.
I don't even remember how much that happened. I just remember that it's not like it's super melancholy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's not really like a happy shit movie in any way.
It's dark.
Well, yeah, it's 'cause-
well,
brooding.
it's not really dark. It's just like it's
because there's a
yeah,
lot
it's
of
moody.
politics. Their crystal powers ended and their lives are ending, so they're getting desperate.
Yeah.
That's like the main
Yeah.
story.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it's like the other race and the politics between them.
Interesting.
But yeah, it's really tense but really fun at the same time.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of characters in it. It's hard to follow because there's so many characters thrown at you.
Okay.
But it's fantastic. I think it's really good.
okay.
But I only
Well,
watched
I'm on board. I want to watch it.
I only watched like an episode and a half, 2 episodes. It was pretty good.
Nice.
And then outside of that is the big thing. I've been in a cave for 2 weeks. I've been playing World of Warcraft Classic, not retail, Classic. I used to play World of Warcraft all the time 15 years ago.
Do you want to tell them what you were telling us before about instead of doing the podcast?
Oh yeah, I was. So we do this every couple of weeks, and Chase texted the group this morning. I was like, so we're doing Bakataka today. Instantly, a wave of emotions came over me, and I had about 100 different excuses in my head of how can I get out of Bakataka
To play more. Wow.
to play more World of Warcraft. So I was sitting there, and I was like,
Wow.
Yeah.
And not World of Warcraft. Wow. Just wow.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
wow.
believe
I
you.
and it was just like there wasn't like a beat. It's just immediately Chase put that in there. I was like, what's my excuse? How am I getting out of this?
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Oh, I'm disappointed too. I've got a problem. I love that game.
Oh man.
I'm level. I'm rolling Warlock. Got a no Warlock. Level 44. I rolled on Herod because I ain't no
Mayonnaise.
and I stayed on Herod. And I'm Alliance. Also no
Mayonnaise.
So
3 already.
Wow.
3. That's 2.
No, you said one earlier at the beginning of the episode.
Did I?
Check
Did
the
you?
tapes. Check the tapes.
Did I?
I don't know.
I know
about that.
probably pre-recording, but not in the episode.
Oh, yeah. I know
You'll hear it
pre-record.
later. You'll hear it later.
Okay.
Okay, man.
I don't know, man.
I don't believe you, but
I don't think I heard it either.
I'm counting 2.
I'll rewind to that point right here so you guys can hear. Hey everyone, it's me, Chase from Bakataka. I'm the guy who thinks that his friend Eric swears a lot more than he actually does. Anyway, back to the show.
I'm only counting 2.
Right when we're done recording, you show us. Prove it.
But yeah, I'm Alliance on Herod. Herod is very horde populated right now. But if we actually do ever get listeners, so
Come on, guys.
But yeah, I play Alliance on Herod. Level 44 right now. I'm going for 60. Gotta get my raid on.
Naturally.
That's what I did back in the day.
So I know that the levels are up to what, like 100 now?
120.
120 in the retail
retail.
game.
Yeah.
So classic was 60. Are
60.
they going to keep it at 60 for this, you think?
So that's a
or-
big contention, right? So people are doing the hashtag no changes.
Okay.
But there's also other people like, well, why don't they just do this as another timeline kind of thing? Basically like World of Warcraft 2.
Okay.
So
I don't know a whole lot about this, but okay.
there's the
like Sword Art Online.
so there's like the game
Oh, it's
now,
like Sword Art Online?
I guess.
Okay, cool. I know about Sword Art Online.
No.
They're all playing the beta right now.
So it's just like
You're
there's the
beta
current
testers.
there's the current timeline where they're gone up to Battle
You're
for
a
Azeroth.
beater.
Yeah, I'm a beater. I'm the lonely beater. But
Just like Kirito.
he's my favorite. I hate him.
Oh, I love it.
You're the what did they call him in season 1?
The lonely beater.
The beater.
Oh, is that what they call
Yeah.
him?
He's the beater. He's
Yeah,
not a cheater.
So he's a beater because he
He's
played the beta, right? So they called them beaters. But he played by himself, so he's the lonely beater.
Good job, Kyoja.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so good.
Then he maxed on all the women.
He does. What a winner.
He maxed out his charm or whatever. No.
No. He maxed out his dick. Hate him. I don't even want to talk about World of Warcraft anymore.
Let the record show Chase is dying now.
What's wrong? Don't show me your belly.
I'm not. Stop staring at my belly, man. What are you doing?
All right.
Anyway, is that it?
Yeah,
Okay,
I should-
my turn now. Before
Let
this
me
is just
finish.
Like, mm-hmm.
Was playing World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Played Pokemon.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Okay, next.
There you go. Get to it.
George,
Let's
what have
see.
you been watching?
What have I played? Nothing.
What?
I haven't played anything.
You haven't played that Super Nintendo Entertainment System?
I have not. I haven't even downloaded the new characters for Smash yet. I don't even have Hero. Okay, the last one I got was Joker.
I uninstalled Smash.
You actually uninstalled it?
Yeah,
Listen
I
here.
Don't stretch my
Wait.
shirt.
You uninstalled Smash?
Yeah, I had to make room for other stuff.
Like what? Seems like it wasn't worth it. Can't
don't-
remember what it was.
I don't remember.
Wasn't Astral Chain.
Okay, you're right. You're right. I don't remember what I installed. I think it was Tales of Vesperia.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you just throw an SD card in there?
I
Whatever.
did.
We can talk about this later.
I did.
They get a bigger one, idiot. Next.
Next.
What have I watched? I added a lot of stuff to my watching list. I have not gotten around to all of it, but I have got caught up with all but one of the shows that's airing that I'm watching. I'm not caught up with the Do You Love Your Mother and her 2-hit multi-target attacks.
Yeah.
I've only seen one episode, and it's like, I'm wondering if it's going to be one of those really good because it's really bad things.
Yeah.
Like Stuck in Another World with My Smartphone. Like, that was not good, but
That was
I loved
funny.
it because
That
it was fun.
That was...
This one, I'm not sure if I can get past the characters. Some of them, like, the kid just seems awful,
Because
and the mom just is so ditzy.
Isekais are at that point where it's like they don't even like, there's no more shock that it's like, oh, I'm in another world.
Exactly.
or whatever.
Like so have you seen any of it at all?
No.
Okay, so the first episode they go into the world. Literally just someone from like a government agency shows up and she's like, "All right, you're going into another world." And he's like, "Woo, this is awesome." And he just like leaps into his computer screen.
He grabs his passport and just
And
jumps
he's just
in.
boom, he's just in the computer world. And then he's like, "Finally, I'm getting away from my mom and life. I'm escaping into my computer like I want." And that's it. There's no like, it's not like Shield Hero, like,
Is this
"Oh, I
supposed
was
to be
reading
like a
this book or
satire
whatever."
show?
I hope so. I really do. And then his mom comes after and he's like, "No, Mom, stop." It's like he's still drifting through this cyber tunnel into the world and
He's
stuff.
like,
He's like, "Go away." And then they're both there and she just constantly shows him up and everything. And then it's like the whole thing is this game and they're in a beta version. Like not all the characters are even like done yet. So there's like NPCs that have no face apparently. It's really weird, but that's literally only the first episode. I haven't seen anything past
that seems kind of funny to me.
It actually is. I'm just not sure if I can make it past the characters because he seems like just a giant dick. Okay. And his mom is just like super clueless. Like somehow she's never even heard of technology.
She's a Nickelodeon mom.
Yeah. Like she's not even sure what electricity is. Kind of like has no clue about literally anything at all. Like even stuff that you would think, oh, this just makes sense to a normal person. You don't even have to know about technology. Like they go in, he grabs his sacred weapon or whatever when he does whatever at the beginning of the game. He gets his thing. And then she just walks up and she's like, "All right." So he had a choice of 3 and she just takes the other 2. And they're like, "What? You don't really do that." And she's like, "Well, I didn't want this other sword to be lonely when I take the other one." Like, you don't have to know anything about games or technology or anything to know that that's not how things work, right?
But they let her take him, right?
And she just walk away. What? It's so weird. I have no idea what to expect.
If it's full on satire, then
if it is, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it is yet.
Right.
I've only seen the first episode.
There's that little bit of doubt that's like while you're watching, you're just like, oh,
like,
maybe
are they
actually
actually serious?
Yeah.
Or is this just going to actually be satire?
Exactly. So there's that. The other shows that I've been watching and basically caught up with. I would have been like actually caught up with the episodes that aired today, but Verve was just not cooperating. It would not load.
Sorry, Crunchyroll, you lose a point there.
it was just getting me. So I have watched Is It Okay to Pick Up Girls? Is It Okay to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon Season 2?
Okay.
Still loving it. I like where they're going with everything. I'm not sure how it's going to play out or what's going on exactly. Still very good. No issues there. Nothing super crazy. Just a decent show.
Right.
I have also been watching Fire Force.
Yeah.
Fire Force is really good. The pacing of that show is so different than I expected. Because they'll come up with something and it's like, oh, this is the problem. They're going to focus on this for a while. And then it's like, nah, we're just going to take care of that in the next episode. We're going to find the bad guy. We're going to take him out. You thought maybe they'd have to do a couple episodes of like, here's us like figuring things out, piecing this puzzle together. And no, it's just done one episode. It's very episodic when you don't expect it to be episodic. But some of the characters are just amazing.
Yeah,
like Arthur. Arthur is hilarious. There's a fight. I kid you not. There's this fight and he's not doing well. And he's just like, why am I not operating at my peak performance? What is wrong with me?
The clue they're sending to the audience is just that, like, the enemy's doing something.
It seems like the enemy is doing something to him. Like he's like his powers and everything are just not where they usually are because the enemy is doing something. And like, I don't know, probably past halfway in the fight. No, literally 80% of the fight is done. 90% of the fight is done. And he's just like, why am I holding my sword in my left hand when I'm right-handed? He's like, how did this happen? Literally just puts his sword in his other hand just runs one slash, and the guy gets cut in freaking half. I'm not even making this up. And it's honestly one of the funniest scenes I think I might have ever seen.
I love that one too.
It's so well done. It's so well executed.
I guess
it's
the show
amazing.
is very self-aware.
It's
Yeah.
really good.
It's so it's the same creator as Soul Eater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you watch like the anime for Soul Eater,
I have not.
there's points where like arcs
yeah.
just take forever.
Yeah.
And so he definitely, I don't know if it's just the anime, the people who are doing it and stuff like that, but he obviously learned something from that.
Yeah.
It is.
But I think it's also just a thing of anime these days.
Yeah.
Because they're very good
They're
at
fast paced.
they're good at pacing them now.
They are. This one, it's paced very well. I love the story. I love all the characters. I love how it's going. It's really cool because it keeps it very lighthearted, but at moments where it like really dives in, because part of it is very much dealing with death and loss and stuff, and like how dark some of this stuff can go in the show. They do a pretty good job of conveying that. So I'm really liking it. Plus, it is very well animated. David Productions is killing it.
Mhm.
I am a huge fan of JoJo's. I don't know. This is
constant
it's
animation.
really good.
Mhm.
It's
There's like whenever they're doing their firefighter stuff and they're in a building that's on fire, there's fire in every background scene, just being fire and just
It's-
constantly moving.
It's very impressive. So highly recommend that to anyone who is not currently watching it. And finally, Dr. Stone. Okay, I get that. But let me tell you,
Is it getting better?
it is so much better. You still have some of that just pretentious, I just counted the seconds while I was stoned for 3,400 years or whatever.
Yeah.
You still get a little bit of that, but like you come to accept it. You're just like, this is this character.
You put your shonen fan hat boy on.
But it's
and you're just
weird.
Like,
Because the way they've designed his character is that even though he is like this super pretentious character sometimes,
Mhm.
he just cares about science and he
Right.
just wants to make the world a good place using science.
Right.
The boy just likes science.
Right.
So it's like he's not like a pretentious douchebag. He just comes off as a pretentious douchebag, but he actually really cares about people and doing the right thing and everything. So I gave it those 3 episodes, and then I gave it the next 5 episodes.
yeah.
Excuse me. And I'm a big fan. I really like it. Some of the characters are just over the top,
Mhm.
and seeing how they relate, they did a very good job. So with most shows nowadays, you can't just have a bad guy who's just a bad guy. They have to make you, to some level,
They gotta have a reason for
sympathize.
doing it.
Yeah, so at some level, they have to make you sympathize with the villain so that you can understand why the villain exists. Unless it's a villain like Joker. You're not
Yeah.
supposed to sympathize with him. He's literally just crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
He's Joker.
So the bad guy in this, one of the high schooler people, they wake up, who's just like insanely powerful and doing his thing. They do a good job of kind of explaining why he thinks the way he thinks, and you can kind of see that, I see where he's coming from. So
You remember Attack on Titan season 3 part 2 with Aaron's dad's backstory?
Yeah.
Same thing,
Okay.
pretty much.
Okay.
So I'm happy with the show so far. The first episode, not the greatest way to judge that
Yeah.
show. If you can make it through 3 episodes, you're probably going to be able to make it through the rest and enjoy it. It's
Cool.
kind of cool that they actually do science stuff. The
I did
things that
notice
happen
that
in the
a lot.
show, they actually kind of explain.
Mhm.
Not to the point where it's like, oh, this is supposed to be educational. It's not,
Mhm.
what's the Cell one?
Oh,
Cells at Work. It's not like Cells at Work
Yeah.
educational,
Yeah.
but stuff happens and you're like, oh, cool. So it's actually based on real things.
Yeah.
Kind of like Food Wars-ish kind of
Yeah.
stuff. It's
Yeah.
based
So
on
it's
real
plausible reality things.
Stuff. Yeah,
Rail Dex kind of does the same thing, but it's more anime version of it.
Yeah.
And so, because there's just like, take it to the extreme. How much do I need to like adjust my psychic energy to like counter a bullet flying for my forehead?
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. Real time.
Yeah, same.
So I recommend Dr. Stone. Give it 3 episode try. The other 2 shows, just watch them. They're good.
Yeah.
Dr. Stone, give it the 3 episodes. If you enjoy those, keep watching. If you don't, drop it. It's not going to change much. Other than that, Haven't been watching anything else. Now that I'm caught up, I want to get back into Code Geass. I've watched several episodes there. I want to get more time to watch that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what we need to move on to is some news. That's why we put it off. So there's not a whole lot of news
Yeah.
other than the Nintendo Direct that just
Yeah.
dropped. Was it yesterday?
Yeah. It's not a lot of news, but it's big news.
It's big news. It's stuff that's happening. Stuff, most of it we've already known about.
Yeah.
It's just updates to things. We got and some of it, quite frankly, we just don't care about all that much.
Like Overwatch is coming.
Overwatch is
who
coming.
cares
We got
about
some
that?
more stuff with Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
We
Game
got-
Freak's other game was announced, or
So
the
they've
release
announced it
date.
before. We got a
Yeah.
release date and we got a little bit more info.
Yeah. So
Looks kind of cool.
it was-
Not really.
we got a
something I'm super
trailer,
interested
then they
in.
gave it an official name. Now it has a release date.
Correct.
Yeah.
Not something I'm super interested in.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Um,
I might try it just because it has the Game Freak name on it.
You are a big Game Freak fan, so yeah.
So
They have announced Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE Encore. So if you really liked it on Wii U, now I guess it's essentially just a deluxe edition or something.
Yeah.
I think it's
It's-
like essentially a port.
it's one of those games that a lot of people wanted to play, just not a lot of people had a Wii U kind of thing.
Yeah. It exists in a really weird area.
Yeah, and it was they promised a game, but this is what we got instead thing.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it says here that Tetris 99 got an update.
Yeah, so Tetris
Yeah.
99 got an update. Some of it's paid DLC apparently.
Yeah.
So with Tokyo Mirage Sessions, it does have some new story, new song, new characters as well. So it has added some to the game. It's not just a straight port.
Yeah,
I'm looking.
We're
forward to
getting
that. Yeah.
a premonition to Deadly Premonition, a sequel to Deadly Premonition. So we're
Mhm.
getting Deadly Premonition 2, A Blessing in Disguise. I've never played the original.
yeah,
I don't know anything about the series, but the
Oh.
first game did release on the eShop
yeah.
as Deadly Premonition Origins.
Yeah.
So you can play the original there.
There's a lot of stuff. Divinity Original Sin 2 is coming.
Yeah,
If you like D&D and like
That's
isometric RPGs,
basically what it is.
it's I played it for a while with a buddy of mine. It's
Mhm.
a lot of fun. It is
It
a
is.
lot of fun.
Assassin's Creed Rebel Collection, which is for Black Flag and Rogue.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming. One thing I'm very excited about, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition.
Mm-hmm.
I got Xenoblade Chronicles on Wii,
Yeah.
and I played like 60 hours. Never beat it.
Yep.
I then got Xenoblade Chronicles 3D on my new Nintendo 3DS. I
Uh-huh.
got like 90 hours in. Still haven't beat it.
Yep.
I'm probably going to end up buying Xenoblade Chronicles
Put
Definitive
120
Edition on
hours in it.
Switch. And then I will probably put like 20 hours in and never beat it because I have no time to play games.
Maybe
But I mean, I think
120
that's just
the-
Xenoblade Chronicles because I got like 50 hours into 2.
They're
And
long
then
games. You
They're
just-
long and the combat gets very drawn out. later.
Exactly. Doom 64 is coming.
Doom 64 was a lot of fun.
Doom 60, I might even pick that up. I've
Yeah.
never even played a Doom game. I might pick that
Yeah.
up. Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast.
Oh,
Apparently the best Jedi game if you like just
If-
straight
yeah.
light.
If you like
combat.
lightsaber combat, it is the best game to play.
So that is coming. Looks like a pretty much straight port as far as I understand.
Yeah.
Super Kirby Clash is a free to play or free to start game is actually what they called it in the Nintendo Direct. So
Mhm.
that's coming. It's available today or
Yep.
yesterday
Okay.
actually. Pokemon Sword and Shield, we got some new features. Pokemon Camp stuff. Do you have anything you want to talk about there in more in depth?
I didn't really look at it a whole lot. It's just there's a new Pokemon. Like they're just throwing more mechanics and stuff at you.
Yeah, that's
that
all
are
it
probably
is.
just like side stuff,
Yeah.
little mini games and stuff.
Yep.
And then they announced 2 new Pokemon: the Tea Kettle and another bird.
I like the Tea Kettle Pokemon. Looks really cool.
Because did they give the typings of them?
They
I think-
did. There was
Is the Tea Kettle a ghost?
Ghost something, I think.
Because I
And
was
the bird is water
yeah,
flying.
I always like the ghost like things.
Yeah.
Like Chandelure is
Yeah.
like my favorite Pokemon. It's
Ghost
cool.
Fire.
So I will like this Tea Kettle thing. It's just
It
it's just
was
fun
a
to
good
me.
design.
It's just fun to me.
Yeah.
And then that's like the only thing they really announced for Pokemon, I think.
Yeah. They announced this whole curry system.
Yeah.
So you can make like 100 different types of curry that do different things for your Pokemon. And
Yeah,
stuff.
It's like the bubble gum.
I was gonna say it's
thing
probably
that
just like blocks of the
I-
Malasada
yeah,
I
and stuff
think
like that.
so. Luigi's Mansion 3, we got some more information about there.
Hey.
Super excited for Luigi's Mansion 3. I'm a huge Luigi's Mansion
Mhm.
fan. I love the first one.
Yeah.
I like the second one. I'm hoping that this one ends up being more similar to the first. I like the idea of just going into the mansion and just exploring things.
Yeah.
I wasn't a huge fan of the kind of episode based or mission based system
Yeah.
in the second one. Let's see, Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Yeah, just more
Got a similar
information.
update.
A bunch of Super Nintendo games were just added too. We got
Yeah.
Super
Yeah.
Mario Kart with couch co-op, which is fantastic. The original Star Fox, A Link to the Past, probably one of these Zelda games you need to play.
Oh, have never beat that one actually.
Eric from Bakataka, don't forget to mention that F-Zero is on there.
Is it on there?
It is.
Oh, yeah, it
on
is.
there.
I can just read them all here.
Yeah, I mean Super Metroid's on there. You need
We
to play
have
that.
we have Brawl Brothers, Demon's Crest, Joe and Mac 2, Lost in the Tropics, Kirby's Dream Land 3, Star Fox,
Yep.
Super EDF, Earth Defense Force, Super Mario Kart, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island,
I
Super
must play.
Puyo Puyo 2, Super Tennis, Breath of Fire,
Must
F-Zero,
play.
Kirby's Dream Course, Pilot Wings, Stunt Race FX, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Mario World, Super Metroid,
Yeah.
amazing,
Yep.
Super Soccer, and The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past.
Well, there's so
And that's
many.
only this month, because I assume it's going to be the same thing that they did with
I
NES, where
assume.
every month they're going to add another 2-3 titles.
Maybe
Yeah.
they'll break it in half and add one to each.
That's
Because I mean,
probably-
a lot of companies are coming out. Like I know Square Enix came out and said they said they want all of their titles to be available digitally somehow, some way.
Please, yes.
And a bunch of other publishers, and I think Nintendo even said they want all of their past titles to be digitally available.
Yeah.
So
And as long as they, honestly, I was not a huge fan of the way they did that on Wii and Wii U, where you had to buy each one separately.
Yeah.
$8 for a game that old.
yeah,
Some of them I could understand, like Super Metroid, sure.
yeah,
Other games, some of them I'm not going to pay. And I don't see many people paying for them. Not enough for it to be worth
Yeah,
that
yeah.
price, you know?
yeah.
It's just a little bit.
But
too
if you
much.
just throw all of those on a subscription service like this, even if they raise the price of the
Yeah.
subscription service $10
Yeah, I was gonna
and
say
kept throwing games on like this, I could understand
if
that.
they raise it like $10 and they start doing things like now we've got the Game Boy on here, and we
Yeah.
got Game Boy Advance, Game Boy
Exactly.
Color, we got
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth
60.
$10 right now, but
yeah,
if they keep adding things, more system support
yeah.
and more games from those systems, I could easily see a raised price going over without a hitch for the value you're getting out
Yeah.
of it.
And then
Especially
they,
if they make their online not
and they could just have different price points too. Like you just want to give 20 for the Super
Yes.
Nintendo and Nintendo. Or
Yeah.
you want to give 30 for the whole thing.
like give people a choice for what they
$10
want.
for just like Game Boy
Yep.
Advance.
Yeah,
It'd be crazy.
a tiered thing would probably work just fine.
Yeah.
For Smash, we got some updates.
My boy Terry Bogard is
we're gonna-
coming.
Yeah, Terry Bogard from Fatal Fury. He is our next Battle Pass, which means there are. Wait, so that was the.
He's number 4.
He's
Yeah.
number 4, so we have one more.
Yep.
But they have confirmed that they're working on more outside of just this Battle Pass.
Yep.
So we are going to get more DLC fighters. We don't know if they're going to do the same kind of Battle Pass thing where
Yeah.
you just pay for all 5 up front, so you basically pay like $5 less or whatever. But we will be getting even more characters, so that's good.
Yep.
They also did a whole separate thing after the Nintendo Direct, which was just Smash focused. And they showed, I think, the 3rd pack of Mii fighter costumes.
Oh boy.
So technically you can play as Sans now from Undertale.
So that's how they get Sans in.
That's how they got Sans in. Also another big thing that they mentioned in the Nintendo Direct, I guess, about Little Town Hero.
Uh-huh.
Toby Fox, the
Yeah.
guy who did all the music for Undertale, or most of the...
He created the game.
Did he just straight up create
Yeah,
a
he
game?
created the game.
Oh,
Yeah.
he did
And
all
he
of
did
it.
the music.
Yeah.
Well, I think he had like a little bit of help and stuff like that, but he
Okay.
did the game and the music.
Yeah.
You know?
I did not realize
Yeah.
that. Okay. Well, he did, believe in the Direct, they said a majority of the music for Little Town Hero. So
Huh.
should have some pretty good music
Yeah.
if it keeps up, because apparently people love the Undertale soundtrack.
I mean, I have
and
some
I
of the-
like it.
I have some of the songs in my playlist when
It's pretty good.
yeah.
Hey.
Let's see what else. Is there anything we
like
missed?
major
I
stuff.
think that's pretty much. There's this Trials of Mana remake.
Oh yeah.
So
If
that's
you're-
coming next year.
If you're into the Mana games, yeah.
Return from Oberdin. I had never heard of this game before, but it looks like you're some kind of detective who goes on a ship. It's got a really interesting art style. and
Oh,
you're
the
just-
black and white one.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
think that
pencil
game came
drawn.
out on other consoles like this year.
It
I'm not
looks
mistaken.
really interesting.
Yeah.
It definitely, the trailer and everything definitely caught my attention. For the right price, I could see myself picking that up. Rogue Company, team-based shooter. I assume it's I don't know if it's going to be more Counter-Strike kind of team-based shooter or if it's going to be more
You gotta be careful
Battle
with
Royale
those
kind of
on
thing.
Switch.
I just don't
You
know.
don't want to get stuck with that modern combat.
Yeah.
Tetris 99 is getting new modes.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the things it's also doing is you can have 2 players versus computers. So you can actually do split screen with a friend now, but only against computers. I don't think you can do it with live
Yeah.
online
Yeah.
stuff. And then there is a new Daemon X Machina demo that seems like it is pulling a lot of the input from the first demo that they got out.
Yeah.
It seems like they took all that info and all that feedback and put it into the game. And from what I understand, it is very different from the original demo, which hopefully means better. Because I really liked the original game. There were definitely some issues.
Yeah.
There were definitely some issues. I ran into a problem where basically I just couldn't get more ammo and I was out of ammo, so I couldn't do anything except live.
Mm-hmm.
That
I
was a
guess
problem.
Guess I'm here, Luke Skywalker.
Eventually I won somehow though. Well, there's other fighters doing things.
Oh,
It's
you
just they do slow damage,
Yeah.
you know?
Right.
So I ran out of ammo and I couldn't help. That was an interesting place to be in. So that's cool. Also, the demo is straight up just the first part of the game. It's
Yeah.
like the opening of the game. So you do it and that
This
data,
one, the new one.
the new one,
Okay.
and your progress will carry over.
Yeah, I mean that's
And-
like what they did with Octopath and
Exactly.
Valkyrie Chronicles 4.
I like it when they do that.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Very cool.
Other than that, I'm pretty sure that's everything. We got a lot of good input and stuff, so
Don't hurt yourself.
it's good.
That was a good pop.
I am. Oh, and Banjo Kazooie.
Yeah,
Banjo!
We forgot to mention that with
Yeah.
the Smash stuff.
They can
Banjo
book 'em.
Kazooie got
Twang, twang,
released
twang.
when they announced.
Twang,
Book 'em.
twang, 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 twang.
Other than that, that's pretty much
Pretty much
everything.
all this
Yeah,
stuff got,
a lot of
yeah.
good stuff coming down the pipeline, and a lot
like
of it got
Pokemon.
released that day.
We got a lot we're playing now. We got that WoW. We got that Astral Chain. We got that.
No, I'm not playing anything.
Nothing.
Play World of Warcraft with me,
I don't want to.
please,
No.
please.
Anyway, everyone, that's been Bakataka, Season 2, Episode 5. With us, as always, has been
George.
in the middle.
Eric,
I'm on the right, and I'm Kickpuncher/Chase. Don't forget to leave a like down below
Subscribe.
ring that bell.
and comment. And also, just remember that Bakataka is comfort supported by Boomslang.
Yeah, that's link in description.
Link in the
yeah.
description.
We read
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
comments.
Anyway, that's about it. Everyone, get out of here.
Later.
Peace.
So,
I mean, I'm playing Astral Chain. I'm talking about in general. I'm not playing
classic World of Warcraft.
Dude, no!
Don't show me your belly.
I wasn't. Stop staring at my belly.
Don't show it to me.
Stop staring at my belly.
Classic World of Warcraft.
I can't even play it apparently, from what you're saying. I have to wait 6 hours to play.
Not if you log in. Yeah, maybe.